Folks, I'm concerned that Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era is going to be a flop. And it's not going to be a flop because of anything that the game has done or will not do. It's not going to be successful or unsuccessful simply because they did or didn't include your favorite faction or your favorite unit for a certain faction. It's not going to be successful or unsuccessful because they didn't include a certain mechanic, or they did include that least favorite mechanic you have, or maybe they take a stab at doing something brand new that's never been seen before. It's not going to be unsuccessful or a failure because any of these things. I worry that Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era is going to be a failure because of you and me, the fans, the long-standing diehards of the series. Check your calendars. It's been 25 years that we've been playing Heroes of Might and Magic. Heroes of Might and Magic 3 was released in 1999. Heroes 2 was released in 1995 and 1996. Heroes 1 was released before that. And you don't just keep playing a game for that long because it's mediocre. You don't make a map for that game that's enticing and thrilling and exciting just because I don't care if somebody plays it or not. You don't build Horn of the Abyss or Wake of the Gods or F-Heroes 2 or Heroes of Might and Magic 5.5 or Heroes of Might and Magic 4 Ultimate Mod from the ground up on your weekends and holidays because you're not passionate about this fantastic game. There's something about Heroes of Might and Magic that brings out the very best in us, and it brings out a wonderful community. But therein lies a little bit of the problem, is that we've grown accustomed to the Heroes of Might and Magic franchise being stupendous. We've expected it to excel in every which way. And it's been so long since a good Heroes of Might and Magic game came out that I think that we're forgetting that it's a process. People forget, for example, that you don't buy the Steam version of Heroes of Might and Magic 3 because guess what? It's the original. And guess what? It took them 2 expansions to get things in a really good spot. My thesis is that Heroes of Might and Magic 4 would be even better than people remember it being if they just had a little bit more time to polish and refine the game. And here we are criticizing Olden Era because it's still even pre-early access and people are looking at graphics or they're looking at mechanics or whatever else they're picking apart. And they're finding that 1 or 2 things that they say, that's a sticking point for me. It's gross. It's done. Blech, I don't want it. And that is a mistake. That is absolutely a mistake because we're not going to give it a chance to succeed. And we as the fans might miss out on this fantastic game. Oh man, what a shame that would be. My hope is that the game is going to bring in about 10 to 20% additional community members, people that have never played any kind of turn-based strategy game or any Heroes game themselves, and that they are then going to be a part of this community and be something of fresh blood and reinvigorating to those of us who have been here for a long time. But truly, if the game is going to have a large active player base, it's going to come down to us old heads. It's going to come down to, again, us as the old guard. And if we are hoping that the game is going to include all the things that we think will make a Heroes of Might and Magic game great, then Olden Era, it's not going to be allowed to be its own game. I really appreciate that Unfrozen Studios has asked for feedback. I think that that's a great way for true fans of the series to involve the community and try to make sure that the game is exactly what it should be. But all the feedback I see is people coming from a perspective of, well, Heroes 3 is my favorite, and so it should include this element from Heroes 3. Or, Heroes 5 is my favorite, and so it should include this element of Heroes 5. And that's not a bad way of going through these things, but if you have decisions made by committee, eventually you put together all of these great ideas and these great mechanics, and none of the ideas or mechanics on their own are bad. They're all good. They're tried and true. They're fantastic in and of themselves, but they will not flow cohesively. And if you try and make everyone happy, nobody's going to be happy. The game simply will not work. So we have to let Olden Era be whatever it's going to be. I think that the Unfrozen Studio developers have realized that. And I think that they're doing their best to still take good feedback wherever they can find it. But I think that they've realized that they have to be the parents in this decision-making process and tell us how it's going to be. and we can't be upset at them for that. It's a tremendous undertaking. They started the game and they started to make it before they even had the green light to use the assets or the IP from Ubisoft. I really think that these developers are some of the good guys, and I really want them to succeed, and I really want the game to succeed. I do not want this game to be a failure, but I think it's going to come down to us and our perspective, our perception of the game. Now, to be clear, every single game in the Heroes of Might and Magic franchise will stand or fall based on its own merits. Olden Era should be the exact same. But let's not let early access or screenshots and limited bits of video that we've seen so far about the game influence the way that we truly feel about it. If this is the first that you've heard about Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era, here to be released in 2025 for early access, then go and do yourself a favor. Go check out somebody else's video on what Olden Era is and their insights onto it. You can go check out my video about everything you need to know, mostly about Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era. And I think that you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the things that you do see. And I think that if we have an open mind about it, that we're going to let the game be good. The game can be good. I don't want it to be a failure, but it will be a flop if we don't let it be great. My name is Phixfox. I love this community. I love Heroes of Might and Magic, and I love great gaming. And I'm so very excited for Olden Era to be a part of the great mini games that I get to play. So until it is real and actually here for us to enjoy, do me a huge favor. Look after you, look after your friends, and look after your family. Because if you don't, who will? Again, my name is Phixfox, and I'll see you when Olden Era becomes reality. Take care.